Medicinal herbs or plants have a long history of treating disease. In traditional Chinese medicine, for example, the written history of herbal medicine dates back more than 2,000 years, and herbalists in the West have used weeds just as long to treat what ails us. We are all familiar with the virtues of garlic, chamomile, mint, lavender, and other common herbs. Interest in medicinal herbs is on the rise again, and interest comes primarily from the pharmaceutical industry, which is always looking for new drugs and more effective substances to treat diseases for which there may be very few drugs available. Given the long-standing traditional use of medicinal herbs and the large body of evidence for their effectiveness, why are we generally not recommended to use traditional herbal medicine rather than incomplete synthetic copies of herbs called drugs, considering the millions of dollars are spent searching for these seemingly elusive substances? Herbs are considered treasures when it comes to ancient cultures and herbalists, and many of the so-called weeds are worth their weight in gold. Dandelion, comfrey, digital, foxglove, poppy, milk thistle, nettle, and many others have well-researched and established medicinal qualities that have few or no rivals in the pharmaceutical industry. Many of them, in fact, form the basis of pharmaceutical drugs. Researchers at the Royal Botanical Gardens in Kew, West London, are investigating the medicinal properties of herbs, such as the humble dandelion, which they believe could be the source of a life-saving medicine for cancer patients. Early tests suggest that it could be the key to preventing cancer, which kills tens of thousands of people each year. His work on the carcinogenic properties of dandelion, which also has a history of use to treat warts, is part of a much larger project to examine the natural medicinal properties of dozens of British plants and flowers. Professor Monique Simmons, director of the Sustainable Plant Use Group at Kew, said, "We are not randomly selecting plants for their potential medicinal properties, we are looking at plants that we know have a long history of use to treat certain problem medications. We will examine them to find out what active compounds they contain that can treat the disease." Unfortunately, as is often the case, this group of scientists seems to be looking for active ingredients, which can then be synthesized and then converted to pharmaceutical drugs. This is not the way herbs are traditionally used, and their functions inevitably change when the active ingredients are used in isolation. It is like saying that the only important part of a car is the engine. Nothing else should be included, so why is there this need to isolate the active ingredients?